For the 100% cheapest coins on the internet with reliable delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Socials and family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 21 video on the channel, and in today's video we have one of the most requested videos on the channel. I'm going to be giving you guys a full offensive line guide in Madden 21. Now in this video I'll be talking about the stats and attributes that I like to look for in my offensive linemen and giving you guys 3 different offensive lineman suggestions at every single position, ranging from expensive players selling for around 100 to 50,000 coins, and players selling for 25k or under. So no matter what O-line position you're looking to upgrade at, I will have a player for you in your budget, and I'll be able to give you guys the reasoning as to why these cards are so good. Now before we get into this one, if you guys do enjoy today's content, be sure to scroll down and leave a like on the video. It does help the channel out so very much. We did just hit 94,000 subscribers today. Honestly, incredible to say. The family we've been growing and the community we've been able to create on this channel is just incredible. I can't thank you guys enough. Every single morning I wake up and I'm so excited to make a video for you guys. It's just truly a blessing. Now the first thing to overview is the importance of having a good right tackle and left tackle. Just like in the NFL, the right tackle and your left tackle in Madden are going to be on an island, typically against your opponent's best pass rusher. So it's very important that you invest the most amount of coins into those two positions on your O-line. If they get beat, it's almost an instant sack, whereas in the middle of the offensive line with your center, right guard, and left guard, those players are usually going to be up against slower defensive tackles. They can double team those players, giving them a big blocking advantage, but your left tackle and right tackle are on an island and you want to spend the most amount of coins on them. Now next up, let's talk about some of the specific stats I like to look for, and the most important stats on an offensive lineman aren't the pass block and the run block. They are actually the pass block power, the pass block finesse, and the run block power, as well as run block finesse. Now those statistics, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, are going to contribute to whether your offensive lineman is going to win their block or lose their block. It's very simple. If you're going up against an opponent that's a pass rusher and he's got either good power move or good finesse move, if the CPU decides to use a power move, that's going to get counteracted with your pass block power. If they go with a finesse move, that's going to get counteracted with your pass block finesse. So those are the 2 most important stats, or the 4 most important stats on an O-lineman, and typically the pass block and the run block are kind of like an average of those 2 stats you can usually see. But if we're digging deep and we're getting into the important stats, the finesse and the power are what you guys want to optimize and what you want to get as high as possible on your lineman. Now next up, let's quickly go over the archetypes that I like to look for on all of my O-line positions. For both of my tackles, I'm looking for high pass block. For both of my guards, I'm looking for balanced players, so high run block and high pass block. And then for my center, I'm typically looking for a more run blocking based player. Okay, so let's start this off at the right tackle position. Like I did mention before, I'll be going over an expensive player, a good value player, and then a cheap player at every single position group. I'm not going to be going over the most expensive card. I'm instead going to be going over the best value yet high expensive player at each of these positions for the first card we go over. So the first player we have right here is going to be 95 overall Mitchell Schwartz. Mitchell Schwartz is a right tackle, and he's going to be bringing you 96 pass block power, 95 pass block finesse, pretty solid run blocking stats. They're not incredible. The strength isn't that amazing, but the thing that I do really like about the card is those high pass blocking stats. Those are crucial for your right tackle. At only 150k, you're going to be getting some really good stats right there on a relatively solid value and pretty good priced card. Now moving on to my mid-tier player, we have 93 overall Jonathan Ogden, selling at just under 100k. You can probably find this card for about 80,000 coins if you are patient. And as we take a look at the stats, he's going to have 93 pass block power and 92 pass block finesse. The run blocking is actually really good as well at 91 and 90. The strength is great. This guy is 6'9", so he's an absolute beast out there. This is one of the best value right tackles you'll probably find in all of Madden Ultimate Team. And if you're looking for kind of a stepping stone from a lower overall player like an 89 or a 90 overall card, and you don't want to get the most expensive player like who I just showed you, this is going to be a great option for you. 94 strength, a great pass block power, great pass block finesse, and the run blocking is an added bonus. It's pretty high as well. Now the final card we've got is going to be Orlando Brown's 89 overall version. As you guys can see, Orlando right here is going to be a really balanced right tackle. He's going to bring you 85 plus at basically every statistical category. To go along with 90 strength, a lot of the pass blocking stats are going to be high 80s. This is a really good value card if you're looking for a cheap right tackle and you're maybe looking for your first upgrade at the position. This is who you should go with. Now moving on to left tackle here, we're going to go over Eric Fisher first right here, and this Eric Fisher card absolutely blew me away the first time I saw it. At only 133k, he isn't crazy expensive. He isn't over 200,000 coins, which you'll usually see for some of the most expensive offensive lineman, but look at the stats on this card. 95 pass block power, 96 finesse. The run blocking stats are there as well. 92, 92. The strength is solid. Like, what? This is a very, very good left tackle card. Probably the best left tackle I have seen this year when it comes to value. At only 130k, this card honestly should be selling for closer to 200k. Very, very good stats. I'm a big fan of the card. If you're looking to get a premier left tackle in this game, this is who you should go with. I love this card. Just incredible stats on it. Now, the better value left tackle is going to be 92 overall. Chris Samuel, selling at a price of around 65k. He's relatively inexpensive, and he's going to be a very good card. As you guys can see, the pass blocking stats are there, 93, 92. The run blocking is solid as well. This card is very similar to the Jonathan Ogden. They're both priced at a similar price point. If you pick up Chris Samuels and you pick up Jonathan Ogden, you're going to have some of the best value left tackle and right tackles in the game. Big fan of the stats on the card. Again, if you're looking for like a bridge player between a lower overall tackle and a higher overall card, this is who you want to go with. Very, very big fan of the card here. Now, finally, we have another 89 overall player for the good value card here, and that is going to be 89 overall Laramie Tunsil. The run blocking in this card, you shouldn't look at. Close your eyes if you look at the run block stats. The pass blocking stats are all going to be solid. The strength is nice as well. Pretty solid card. It's tough to find a player like Orlando Brown who had good stats everywhere and was only 20k. This card, again, he's an 89 overall. He's a budget player, so we're not going to expect incredible stats. He's a good pass blocker, solid strength. The run blocking isn't really there, but again, on a left tackle, that's not really my main concern, so I would definitely say this is the best cheap budget left tackle in the game. Now, moving on over to the left guard position, the high value or expensive player we're going to go over first is going to be 95 overall David Deal. This card is actually really good. As you guys can see, he's going to be bringing you really good pass blocking stats, 94, 92. The run blocking is really nice as well, 95 and 93 respectively. The strength is solid. For most of my cards, I want a balanced card, and basically all the stats on the player are like a 92, a 93, or a 94, which is awesome to see on a left guard. A very big fan of the card. He is pretty expensive. At around 200k, I don't know that I would want to spend that much on a card, but let's get into the better value players, and these are more the players you guys can look to pick up. Now, yeah, getting into the more value cards here, as you guys can see, we've got a 92 overall Matt Stinchcomb, selling at a price of around 60,000 coins, and the stats on this card are going to be really nice. The pass blocking is great, 93, 91. The run blocking is going to be solid. I would like to see it a little bit higher, but they're all really hovering around 90 when it comes to those stats. The strength is nice. This guy's going to be 6'6" as well, so a pretty big offensive lineman, and I'm definitely a fan of this card at only 60k. This is going to be the best value left guard you can possibly find in this game. Now, finally, we've got 89 overall Ali Marpet. This card right now is selling for 48k. I would expect you guys can probably try and snipe the card for closer to 30k. I don't know why he's so inflated right now, but this Ali Marpet card is going to bring you pretty solid stats when it comes to a guard. The pass blocking and run blocking are all really solid, 86, 87, 90, and 88, so actually really good stats for an 89 overall card. The strength is a little low, but I'm definitely a big fan of this card, and I think he's probably going to be your best cheap left guard in the game. Obviously, you can take a look at the heavyweights or veterans, because there's usually good cards in there, but I did like the stats on this card a little bit more. Now, moving on to the center position, we have Corey Lindsey selling at a price of around 200k, and this is easily the best center in the game. Very, very big fan of the stats on the card. 96, 95, 96, 95, and 94 strength. Like, what incredible card right here. Very, very big fan of the card. At only 200k, he's going to be a pretty solid price for those stats. Theoretically, if you pick up the card, you shouldn't have to upgrade him all year. I don't know why I said theoretically there. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, if you pick up this card, you won't have to upgrade him all year. Very, very big fan of the stats. They're almost up to 99s in basically every single category. So I absolutely love this Corey Lindsey here as the best and most expensive center. Now, getting into centers, we've got another Campus Hero 92 overall. These Campus Hero 92 overalls are selling at a great deal, and they brought us such good stats. As you guys can see right here, every single stat is basically a 90 or better. Really, really good stats on the Bruce Matthews card. If you pick up all of those like mid-tier cards that I did mention in the video, you can probably build your offensive line for a pretty affordable price, just around 250k, I would suspect, and you'll be getting some really, really good offensive linemen on a solid budget. So Bruce Matthews right here is going to be my favorite good value center in this game. Now, getting into the cheaper version here, we're going to have Alex Mack, a 90 overall flashback card. As you guys can see, Alex Mack doesn't have great pass blocking, but the run blocking and strength are all really good. I feel like run blocking is probably more important for a center. The majority of the time, a center is going to be double teaming with a left guard or a right guard. So I think the pass blocking is a much less important stat for your centers. But again, Alex Mack is going to be a good center here and a pretty good value card at only 30k. You can probably pick him up for closer to like 25, no, probably 30,000 coins, and that's going to be pretty cheap for a 90 overall. Now, ending this one off, let's go over the right guard position right here. We have 96 overall, Brandon Scherff as my favorite expensive right guard. As you guys can see, the stats are incredible. 95, 92, great run blocking stats at 94 and 96. The strength is nice as well. This Brandon Scherff is just an all-star right guard. Big fan of the card, and I think if you guys are looking for the most expensive center in the game or the most expensive good center in the game, this is who you guys want to go with, and there's not too much debate. Now, keeping on the topic of Brandon Scherff, the best good value right guard is also going to be this 92 overall version of the card, selling at around 90,000 coins. He's going to be bringing you really nice pass blocking, really nice run blocking, and solid strength stats. I feel like a right guard is a position where we don't have a ton of really good players at, so this Brandon Scherff is going to be a good card. What I'd probably recommend you do if you are looking for a new right guard is just start the power up for the card. Power him up to his 92 overall version. As the 96 goes down in price, you can add that to the power up and purchase him. I would say Brandon Scherff is really where you guys want to go at right guard, but if you're looking for a cheap right guard, I'll show you guys someone right here. Now, my cheaper right guard is going to be 89 overall Larry Allen, and what you guys could do is you could also start the power up for this card if you've got a lower overall team. As you guys can see, Larry is selling for around 30,000 coins. He's going to be a pretty solid card, great strength, a really balanced player when it comes to the pass blocking and the run blocking. He kind of reminds me of Orlando Brown, who we went over before, so definitely a big fan of the card. And that's all I wanted to go over in the video today, guys. If you are looking for an upgrade at any O-line position, no matter your budget, this video will have helped you out. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you made it to the end, be sure to leave a like. It helps the channel out so very much. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.